Been different, divine, I am. You know it. Been different, divine, I am. You know it. Okay, so Love Muffins, I wanted the new housewife of Atlanta. I wanted Kandi. So Kandi, come on. How was that vocal? Was it good?
What's up, boo?
Hey, boo. How are you?
I'm good.
So the question, we're gonna get right into it. The question I want to know is how in the hell did you get on the show? I mean, why would you want to be involved in such drama?
Well, you know what? Okay, really, I was supposed to be doing the show with Tiny and Toya.
Oh, okay.
I was chilling, minding my own business. Tiny called me and was like, oh, I want to do a show. I want to put a show together. She asked me to do it. We started working on it. When we got with the producer, he didn't want to use me.
Ooh.
He just wanted Tiny and Toya, which was cool.
That's what you call a goop. He gooped you.
It's cool, though.
Okay.
You know, I didn't want to hate on nobody opportunities, so I was like, okay, cool. But the week after I found out he didn't want me on their show, the people from the Housewives called me and was like, you know, can we meet with you to be on the Housewives? Oh, wow. So I was like, everything happens for a reason. You don't know why.
So how much of the drama is real?
All of it.
All of it. So it's not staged. It's not like, I feel like a lot of times I see the show and it's like, Kandi, we're going to set this up and you're going to have an argument with Nene. That's not how it goes.
No. Because like when Nene and I, well, they haven't showed it yet, but when Nene and I get into it, like the day that it happened, I was not expecting that to happen. You know, it just got blown up real quick. It went from 2 to 10.
And you strike me as the type of person that backs up what they have to say. Like you actually,
what?
You do a lot of talking.
No, that's why I was like, like normally I don't even argue with women or whatever. It's like, you know, I say what I got to say, you can say what you say, and I'm cool with the disagreement. But when you get to loud talking me, it's something about I can't take it. Right. Like loud talking.
And Nene is so much bigger than you too.
I don't care. That matters. None of that matters to me.
Can you tell us, kind of allude to what it was about?
Okay, she was arguing with Kim first. And then Kim left, but she was still loud. Like, you know how you can
still
be
amped.
Yeah, she was still amped. So then she started coming at me like, oh, she gonna talk about you too? You being cool, or she gonna be talking about you too? Blah, blah, blah.
So basically she was like, you know, she's gonna do the same that she did to me to you. So why are you acting like it's okay?
I guess so. And then I was just like, hell, you be talking about me too, so whatever. Well, who cares? You know what I mean? And then she just kept going, and I was like, first I was just like, okay, like I don't do all this, like all this loud talking. I don't do all this, okay? So bring your voice down. And she kept going. I was like, hey, and I saw that, you know how you can see something coming as you're doing it. You like, oh Lord. And then I heard some girl in the background saying, Kandi, your fans don't want you to do this.
No, Kandi, no. Okay.
So that's why I was like,
that's my
love.
Walk away. No, lovebscott, no.
Yeah. I was
so
like,
how do you feel about when people say that none of the real housewives of Atlanta actually have money?
I feel that you're making a very general statement, which you shouldn't make.
So you're saying you have coins?
Of course. I mean, like, really? I mean, I don't like bragging on money. You know what I'm saying? But I tell people, like, if you want to know, if you know anything about royalties, look up at my list of songs. I've been on a lot of albums that have sold 10 million records or more. So those royalties,
Destiny's Child, TLC,
NSYNC, you know, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston.
Mimi.
Yes, your girl.
My girl.
Yeah. So I've been on like like a lot of albums, and then like some of those albums I've had like 5 songs that I've written on them or.
So you own your own house?
Yeah, I own my house. Okay. I have multiple houses.
You didn't just move in it?
Huh?
You didn't just move in?
No, I've been in my house since I was 19 years old.
So let's run down all the housewives, and I want like one-word responses.
One word? Oh, don't do me like that.
I'll give you 2 words.
Okay.
I'll give you 2 words. Nene.
Loud. That was the first word that came to mind.
Another one. So we give it 2. You wanted 2, so.
I need 3 words.
I heard a ghetto from back there.
Somebody else.
Going once. Going twice.
Can I have 3 words?
You can go 3 words.
Made for TV.
Ooh. In what way? You're saying that she's fake, or she has a personality for television?
She puts it on extra for television. And then actually, I'm not just making this up. She said it herself today earlier. I heard her say, she said she has camera balls.
Camera balls?
Something.
Oh, okay.
Something about the camera.
It could be what I call e-balls. So she grows balls on camera that she may not have in real life.
Yeah.
Okay. Lisa.
Energetic. Very.
Sheree.
Misjudged.
I have a question. So, I know we're doing this naming names, but the point when Sheree was trying to pull Kim's hair, I had an issue with that only because if you're gonna do something, commit to it.
I said the same thing.
If me and you gonna get into it right now, right? And I'm not gonna go ahead and tug at your head. I'm gonna snatch it off.
What?
I'm gonna pull the whole thing off.
Man,
and then I'm gonna swing it around like a roller coaster.
I'm gonna snatch you down by your head. If you better hope that wig is not on tight, because your whole head is going down.
Exactly. Kim.
Fun. Over the top.
And so tell us about this Brady Bunch family you have going on. I saw one episode and it seemed like it was too many kids for me to count. So can you explain how that happened and how are you coping with having 12,000 kids?
Ooh. Okay. Well,
12,000.
AJ has 6 kids.
Mm-hmm.
I have 1.
Okay.
I have a daughter. And going into the relationship, I didn't know that AJ had 6 kids. How did
you not know that?
Because
his kids are kind of spread out all over.
Well, no, he had 3. Well, I knew of 3. He didn't mention it. I guess I would see him around, but it would be in a club setting or different, not a place where you would have your kids, you know. So it was just oh, he's a cool guy. And even the people that I knew that knew him, they was oh, he's a good dad, whatever. So I'm not knowing how good of a dad. I didn't know it was that big.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we started dating, and then I guess probably a month into the relationship, his sons told me.
He had 6 kids.
When they say, you met the girls yet? I'm like, what girls?
What girls? What do you mean? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So when
what made, because I know for a lot of people 6 kids might be a lot.
Oh, it would have been a lot.
What caused you to get past that?
Well, I think
for me, it would be 6 kids. It's
yeah. Okay. Well, see, this is the thing.
I'm not gonna say they're baggage, but that's a lot. You can look at it as a lot of love and all that things of that nature.
I see it as a lot of love.
A lot of love.
No, but
honestly, when you first found out about it, you were like, "What the hell?"
I was more so, damn, how come you didn't tell me that?
Right.
But
that's something you might want to mention.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think that if he had told me in the beginning,
you might have shut it down.
I probably wouldn't have taken the time to get to know him and really falling for him. You get what I'm saying? But I feel because I did fall for him quickly, that's what made me say, you know what? Okay.
Okay. And what exactly does he do?
He's Tommy from Martin. You don't know what he do.
He's what?
He's like Tommy from Martin.
You don't know he. Okay. I was like, what? Okay, but on this couch.
Okay.
What exactly specifically does he do? If you had to write it down.
If I had to pin it down, okay. He has a collections agency.
Okay.
So if I don't pay my bill, if
I don't pay my phone bill, it might be him calling me saying, "Boo boo, you need to pay that."
And he just bought into the strip club in Atlanta. It's called the Body Tap. The Body Tap.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
he's part owner now.
So he got the money to buy into the strip club from the business that he has there.
Yeah, well, he's had a lot of businesses.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But since I was in a relationship with
legitimate businesses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying he's owned restaurants and all kind of stuff. But I'm saying during our relationship, he had the collections agency.
Okay.
And
how does he feel about,
and his production company, but...
How does he feel about buying into a strip club when he has 5 girls, or how many girls? How does that...
Oh, you talking about his daughter. He has 3 daughters.
3 daughters. Does he feel any kind of way about...
Well, no, because, in Atlanta, strip clubs are a big business.
Right, okay.
So... You looking at how he gonna take care of his daughters, and that's gonna help. So, shake that money maker. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, speaking of which, this just dawned on me. You and
Fantasia. Lord, why did I just say
You
shake that
and Fantasia. It just came up in my spirit. I saw a YouTube video of you and Fantasia on the floor doing the little.
Yes. Well,
That's what I call it. This is the quintessential strip move when that leg goes like that. And you did it well. And you seem very content about it. But I heard that Fantasia's people got upset and she thought that it wasn't a good look for her and they felt like you kind of...
We were just acting silly. Like, it was just one of those things, because she was singing. And one of my dancers, when she came by my rehearsal, she was singing. One of my dancers cut her off and was like acting like she was singing. She was like, oh, hell no. You over here you singing and dancing too? Oh, hell no, don't let me start. So she
that's how it started. Okay.
Yeah. So we just started acting crazy. When she started shaking, and I was like, oh, okay, well, let me show you this move.
Yeah, I saw
and it went from there.
Yes. What do you feel is the most positive thing from being on the show and the most negative thing?
Positive is it helps you build your brand.
Okay.
You know, you get new fans. Yeah, you know, new fans. Good. That's good for business. Negative is how they've been running AJ through the mud.
Wow.
Like, really negative. Like, one day he hit me and, not hit me, but I mean text me. I don't want people thinking there's no abuse going on.
Right.
You know, but he sent me a text and he was just like, you know, everybody making me look like I'm a scrub. I wish you would have never did this show. And I was only, you know, trying to be a good sport for you. And now I'm looking crazy as hell. And I just feel so bad. Because I was like, wow. And then, like, when it first hit the internet, before the show even aired, like a few months that we were going to be on the show, and everybody started dogging him out or whatever, and talking about his kids and stuff, his son had texted me and he called me. He was like, man, you know, why everybody's saying that all his kids on welfare? You know, I'm not on welfare. My mom, you know, we're not on welfare. Why would they say that? And I felt horrible because I'm like, it's really my fault.
What do you think about Kim's vocal abilities?
You do not have to be a strong singer to have a hit record.
Can she sing or can't she sing? That is the question.
No. Still the truth